this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. I'm bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. I'm trying out my Mono Green Chocobo Landfall deck in Modern, except this is no longer Mono Green. Oh, good. We're up against the combo. This is now Golgari. Essentially splashing black for this Iridescent Vine Lasher. That's it. Expecting an Agatha Soul Cauldron and some other nonsense that will kill us very quickly since this Walking Blist is in the graveyard. And yeah, we don't have a lot of answers for that. Alright, so what can we do? Gosh. There's just so much to do. There's so much sequencing. There's so many good options. I really want to get the Iridescent Vine Lasher down, but to do so means we have to crack our fetch. We really want to get the bird down. Man, that's a lot of stuff over there. Okay, we're going to go for maximum value and just ramp ourselves into turn 2 Traveling Chocobo. Collect a company, nice. Alright, well, we can do that next turn if we want. Opponent sees what we're drawing, of course. So now what are we going to do? Well, we can play this Bristly Bill and a Hardened Scales. And then just grow this thing into gigantic proportions in a single turn. Not too great, maybe not the most gigantic of gigantic, but still pretty big. Doesn't have trample though, so that's one of the things about our finishers that we like is they really want them to have trample. We don't get we don't get any flyers despite the number of birds we're playing. We'll see what we find off of this from behind this collected company. If it's a fetch land, that'd be great. The Vine Lasher is a lot of damage too with this out. Especially if we can do that for Offspring. So if we have Offspring, we get 2 of them. Play a land. And that's going to do double damage. Twice. To 4 damage. And then that would be 8 damage. So that's a nice reach. Our opponent's really setting themselves up, and like every time I play against this deck, they seem to always have the combo. They get to look at so many cards. We're going to play Hardened Scales. Alright. 11-10. With the land on top, which we've already played a land, so does our opponent want to block? Probably not, since I imagine they have lethal. The lethal combo coming our way. Is there any reason to cast this with Offspring? Alright, that's what we got. Can we close it out from here without dying to their combo? They need 2 things. They need the artifact and they need the green Eldrazi. They just happen to have that in their 6 cards already. 5 cards. Seems possible. I swear they always have it though. They always have it. This Broodscale combo. Oh, they never not have it, man. Never not have it. Oh goodness. I've played this matchup several times and it seems like they always have the combo. It's insane how consistent that combo is. They did play 2 Malevolent Rumbles, but I will say that it's very super frustrating to play against. When your opponent seems to always have it all. And that's what that, essentially that's what, and when we played against the Broodscale combo, that's what it seems like happens. They just have it all. Alright, well we're bringing some removal. I'm playing Disruptor Field. I've changed this sideboard now that we're in black. I mean, we could throw that. I mean, I just think we want to be fast. We could bring an Assassin's Trophy. We could bring in a lot of things. But I think this package here gives us answers. We need to take out 2 cards. Gives us answers to what they're trying to do. Divine Lasher, maybe we don't need 4. I don't know, I'm just testing it out though. Alright, so now we have, we're only playing a few black sources, but we play a lot of fetch lands. So we have some ways to interact with the combo now at instant speed. We will definitely keep this. We don't have a fetch land, which is very strange for our deck. And that's one of the weaknesses in the deck that I've found, is that without a fetch land, we really are left at the mercy of, I mean, we just play some weak cards apparently, or theoretically. Well, would have liked to have seen a fetch land there, but we drew a land. That's good. Yeah, if we can't find fetch lands, we don't have ways to trigger our landfall in multiple times in a single turn, and it just the deck looks like you're playing a 3-mana 1/1 or a 2-mana 1/2 with trample. It's not that good. Let's see if our opponent never not has it this time too. All right, lots of removal. The removal.deck version of their build. Meanwhile, we are also into the reaction plan. Alright, I mean, we've found our answers. Now can we find some fetch lands to grow this Hydra? We don't have any of our combo pieces. A single 1/1 Hydra ain't that good. Let's just put it that way. There's the Broodscale. There is the combo. It's incredible. So they had 2 removal spells plus 2 of the 3 pieces of their combo. Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, we did find a Delighted Halfling that will allow us to blow up this land, and so we have our own removal. Haha! Take that, opponent. Getting in, Hydra. The weakest of Hydras. The 1/1, baby. Watch out. Can our removal slow down our opponent? They didn't even dig for it. They just had it. They just had it. Oh man. Alright, well, we're slowing them down a little bit. Can we find a fetch land and put this game out of reach quickly? We're giving them so much time. We have 1 piece of removal now, which is nice. It's 1 little tiny shield. There's their searching. There it is. You wouldn't want to not play Malevolent Rumble. You wouldn't want to not find your combo pieces. Man, just look at that hand they had. Our hand, if we can find a fetch land off the top, please, deck. Or just another Hydra. Yeah, the lands, I mean, this is one of the weak parts of the deck. Is when you don't have lands, you can't trigger your landfall triggers. And you can only play so many lands. We're a little light on lands. 21 lands, 4 Delighted Halflings, so it could be worse. Opponent finding their lands. Hey, it's their combo piece again. And they just naturally found it again. So now they can... do this, I guess. Man, we just cannot find a land. So they can do this as much as they want. They can grow this into a giant creature. I don't know if it matters. And we didn't attack. Oopsies. Whenever a creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. They could have sacked the Scion in response. Got the counter, got another Scion. They could have grown that into, but then it would have died anyway, so it didn't really matter. That's all they could have done. So they could have grown it into massive proportions. Wow, deck. Cannot find a land to save our lives. Opponent, meanwhile, down to 1 card with a combo piece in hand. We missed 2 points of damage that turn. Will it come back to haunt us? We have a lot of combo pieces on the battlefield now and are missing a single fetch land to really go off. And are giving our opponents so much time. They need 2 more pieces to really go. Yeah, might as well. They need 2 more pieces to really hurt us. Now might as well hold down the fort with that guy. Doesn't even get a +1/+1. They're gonna go for our hardened scales. That's fine. Fetch land, please. Yeah, that counts. Man, that was a timely draw from our opponent. Opponent has no cards in hand. I don't think they can win from here. They need more than 1 card to win. That's the game. We forgot to attack that turn. They would have blocked though. I'm not sure they can come back from here, but you never know. If we manage to get there, we fought through a lot of their pieces, and it was our black splashing for our fatal push, black for the iridescent vine lasher and the sideboarded fatal push that really helped us. Force of Vigor is always good. We had that in the mono green version though. Now we're making our lands. Yep. Alright, we finally found some lands. We fought through our opponent's various hate and found lands of our own. Maybe we just have to go all in on the removal because it's a game-ending combo, right? Iridescent Vine Lasher, you're the reason why I'm splashing for black. I'm sorry to take you out. Maybe we should take out the Nantuka. Excuse me. They brought in a lot of removal themselves. Let's try it like that. I mean, the game-ending combo, right? It's painful. So having now 9 answers waters down our own game plan of trying to beat face as fast as possible, and we could just straight up lose to a board full of dorks from them if we end up not having creatures of our own. We kind of just want land. We want a better hand. We want a little bit of interaction plus setup plus payoff. I mean, we're going to keep it. This does not answer our opponent's board, but it does give us a pretty quick start, so we'll see what happens. If our opponent just has their combo, they went to 6. If they just have their combo, they have their combo. That's an interesting draw. I don't know if we ever want to cast it on turn 1. We'll see. That's what we're doing. We have hardened scales too. So what next turn we can Bristly Bill. Follow that up with a hardened scales, verdant catacomb. If this Vine Lasher lives, it's going to be very large. Seems like our opponent though is brought in a lot of removal to fight against us. But if they want to use it on this guy, they can. Bristly Bill is by far the better card for us. Searching. Alright, they found one of their combo pieces. What would change our play if we find... I think if we draw a Tifa, we would play that instead of Bristly Bill. Alright, that's a combo piece of our own. Sorry, that's an answer for the combo piece from our opponent. Alright, so we can play a Hardened Scales next turn, but then we won't be able to hold up Assassin's Trophy. That's the one problem with Field of Ruin lands. Yeah, there's their Glaring Flesh Raker. I really want to play this Hardened Scales. I think there is a world in which we die if we let them if we untap with 3 mana, because they're two pieces cost 3 mana. So we'll play that. So I mean, we just can't go shields down, is what I'm trying to tell you. It does pain me though. It pains me greatly. The other thing is, do we even want to let them untap? Whenever you cast a colorless spell, that means they can get a bunch of Scion tokens. So I think we have to just do it now. Prevent them from... Now, we can probably, if we can find a fetch land, we'll see the power of this Traveling Chocobo. That will double up these triggers, so that would be 4 triggers. Alright, there's a Saga to help them find their combo pieces. Never not have it, Broodscale deck. Never not have it. Do we find any other removal or fetch land? That's another Assassin's Trophy. Three cards. I mean, I just feel like we gotta... We're gonna go shields down a turn. I don't think they would probably not have run it out. I feel like they don't have it yet. So we'll see. Abrupt Decay. Mossborn Hydra. We would have liked them to have used an Assassin's Trophy there, but I guess they don't play them. Alright. Shields are down. We're not drawing into a land. Do they have the cards in hand to win the game? If they do, it's on us. We played it. I just felt like taking a turn off is a little bit too slow. Obviously, they had the Abrupt Decay, but if we'd seen a fetch land off the top there, that would have been nice. There's a Glaring Fleshraker. Is their last card their combo piece? If so, I'll be very sad. Very sad indeed. They're just going to make a construct. Sure. Another Maulspawn Hydra. We're in another world where we just cannot find lands. This is their chief combo piece, so man, brutal. Brutal. And another Hydra off the top. Is there a way we can kill them here? If they don't block, I think we can probably just kill them. They're doing the math now themselves, I think. But they have to block, otherwise they're dead to this trigger. Because we can go get a land with this, which will give us 4 damage. I wonder if they have the... They're gonna give up their main combo piece. That makes me think they have another one. Are they just gonna go the Urza Saga beatdown route? Which is, you know, that's a legitimate win condition when you play decks with Urza Saga in them. And sometimes you just get the construct wins. Looks like that's what they're gonna go for. We know we're drawing another Hydra is the thing. We can in turn Field of Ruin though this Urza Saga, I think. Springleaf Drum. Shuffle our deck. Maybe we find a fetch land. This is like the game of who can aristocrat burn, drain the other out faster, us or them. They have damage on the board now. That's 2 damage. Yeah, that's still a lot coming our way, but we have bigger creatures than them if we could just find fetch land. Oh my god, these lands are killing me. Both of the games that we've really struggled in against this deck has been land screw. So maybe we do need to add another land. Some of this is just stray variants, though. We have 45 cards in our deck. 17 of them are lands. There's another Urza Saga. Perfect draw from our opponent. They're not having problems finding lands. I mean, a fetch land... I keep saying it. Unsurprisingly, a fetch land is what we want and need right now. Now they have some other big old payoff card, apparently. Good for them. Might not to all be all in on your combo. Never mind, this is probably that Kozilek nonsense. So that they can drain us by having a whole bunch of 0/1 tokens come in. Oh, it's a walking ballista. X3. So we go to 5. We're just so far behind right now on... I think we just... I couldn't figure out how to get out of no blockers and not accidentally miss some and take the damage. So I think we fatal push that to keep our life total up. We can Assassin's Trophy the Walking Ballista if we want to, which we really need to. Man, it wouldn't Force of Vigor, but yeah, we just... Force of Vigor would be good, but it would just be so reactive. We're very reactive when what we really need is some lands. They're going for it now. What this does mean is Maulspawn Hydra could be not bad against just a regular old land. Go to 7. Then go to 6, 5. Do we dare leave this thing alive? I think we have to kill it. It's the thing. We can do it on our opponent's turn, and they can exile this with this Haywire Might to gain a bit of life and get rid of one of our hardened scales. Well, black has done what black is supposed to do. We've gotten a ton of interaction. I think if this had been our mono green version, we would not have won game 2. We would have just died to their combo. So I mean, we were doing what we were supposed to be doing. With black, that is. Iridescent Vine Lasher is also doing a nice thing in draining our opponent out some, but not anymore. Not anymore. And we're taking a big hit. I think we've just missed too many land drops, to be honest. Too many land drops have been missed for us to have a chance. They can even tab down and add another counter if they wanted, but no, it's not worth it. So we'll go to 3. We have a chance. If we can string the... Okay, fetch land, first of all. That's our only way we're going to... Never mind. We do not have a chance. I suppose we could have cast the Iridescent Vine Lasher with double exiling. Yep. That's fine. We don't have a follow-up anyway. That does enter with a counter, though. Alright, so that prevents us from getting a 3-3. We are left having to chump block down to 2. So now we're left having to double chump block. So I don't think there's any way out now going down to 2 like that. I think we're in a rock and a hard place with that flesh bang, the glaring flesh Acre versus the walking ballista. We were just going to end up taking, and then they're going to go get. That's whenever enters. So yeah, they're going to go get something and kill us with that. So good game. I mean, it was some back and forth. I don't know. We'll have to let me know what you think. If we watered down by going into black with all that removal, it got us to gain turn 9 against a deck that often, would have won a lot faster had we not had any sort of removal. And we've traditionally struggled against it in just the mono green. They didn't. I thought this entered, right? So shouldn't they have drained us? Oh, it's got to be a creature. We're still left in the business of dying. I mean, we took out our collected companies too, so we can't even get back in this two for. All right, yep. Bring the beats. Yeah, I don't think there's any one draw that gets us out of this. Force of Vigor, maybe. Force of Vigor. Can we get a Force of Vigor? That is our one way out of this. Force of Vigor off the top, one time. Well, for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I will catch y'all on the next one. Let's see what our opponent says. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this Broodscale deck, man. They very, very consistent. Whoops, I thought I was conceding. All right, for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I will catch y'all on the next one.